Hi guys, today I'm gonna walk you through Vivado design suite. Uh, so um, in Vivado, when you start a new project, you will see this flow navigator here on the left-hand side of the screen. And here you will find the project summary opened up for you. Here is your board and your project name and its location. Also, you will find some technical data after running the synthesize and implementation. Um, you will start by adding some files as design sources or constraints or simulation sources. So right click on this window and you can add a new source, and you have to choose what type of source you are adding or creating. Is it a constraint or a design source or a simulation source like a test bench or many other things you might use? In the left hand side, as we have mentioned earlier, you will find the flow navigator, and it will help you to navigate between several screens you might use on your project. Okay, you notice that when you click one of these items, the whole screen on the right hand side will change to match the selection you have made on the flow navigator. So let's start by talking about the project manager. I have already mentioned this. It helps you organize your files and writing code and so far. The next thing you're gonna use is the simulation. And for the simulation, it will run whatever file you are setting as top here in the simulation sources. So if I right click on this file and set it as top, it will Vivado will think it is the simulation source, which will run it when I click on run simulation. Okay. And here next you have the elaborated design, and it will give you many information about the circuit you have designed, the boards you are connecting to this circuit. Um, so you have the schematic, and here it is. In this RTL netlist, you have the nets and the cells you have made. Each one of these are a cell, and you can easily move around between the design source and the schematic by clicking F7 and vice versa. Um, so you can see here you have the boards like the number and the clock and LED out and anode. Each of them are Vivado have identified it as a board for your circuit. And you can zoom in or out to check your design, see the wires are connected right, um, and so on. Also here you have the I/O planning, which helps you verify your constraint file. So you can edit the package event or the I/O standard of any of your I/O boards. And when you do some change, like if I change this to A1. Then I can press Control and S to save it. It will ask me which constraint file are your you want to save these changes to. I will select my constraint file, and when I open it, I will find that okay, so I have changed this anode to A1, anode of 3, and here it is. If I switch it back to J14 and press Control S, I will find the design is out of date. So I will press the reload button in the up window, and here it is. I set it back to J14, and as you can see, I can change the bin packages from either the constraint file or the elaborated design. Okay. The next thing is the synthesize and the implementation and the hardware manager. All these three items are done in orders. So you have to synthesize your circuit first, then implement it, and finally you have to generate the bit stream to program your board. Whenever you click any of these three buttons, run synthesize or run implementation or generate bit stream, Vivado will check for the other, the first two things or one thing. It should be done before it, and will ask you to run it first. So when I click run implementation, it will give me this message that says that synthesize is out of date, and will advise me to run it first. So synthesize is actually about converting your Verilog code into a synthesizable form of netlist and circuits that can be fabricated either on ASIC or programmed onto an FPGA board. Implementation is to link the synthesized code to the board you have selected. And bitstream is obvious that it is the bits that will map the implemented design onto your FPGA. Finally, you have these menus like messages and log, reports, and design runs, and TCL console, which record each item each action you perform, and it like a terminal. So if you hit the arrow up, you will find the actions you have done. Actually, it was converted into something like a script and run by this TCL console. And here it is. I think I have moved you around this software. I hope you find this video informative. And see you later.